Einstein's definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different outcomes, has become a cliché. But in Connecticut's Assembly it has become a way of life. With dummy bills multiplying like rabbits that are inhabited by rats. Here we go again. The Housing Committee takes up Senate Dummy Bill number 6.
Roman numeral 4, A, proposed Senate bill. This is a bill that it's a proposed Senate Bill number 6, an act concerning housing that we are voting to be drafted as a committee bill. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay, any discussion? Yes, Representative Weir.
I notice it has the same, it's the same title as number 3. Is that similar? Is this also a dummy bill, or is any explanation on what's in this concept?
So this is a Senate leadership bill, SB 6. Senator Moore, I know Senator Moore is on. If we have any other information on SB 6.
This is Senator Moore. We'll be combining some of the bills that we've heard into one bill. They will all have a public hearing.
Does that answer the question? Representative Weir? Thank you. Any further discussion? Representative Scott.
Yeah, I do want to take a second quickly we went through this last year in the Housing Committee where we had one omnibus bill that I would say that a lot of it could have been agreed upon. You know, a lot of it could have been, if we voted individually, obviously it'd be tough, but having these one big aircraft carrier omnibus bills, it really makes it difficult to support a lot because you're having to weigh a lot of good or bad, right, and make that decision. I think we're, maybe 75%, 50% of the bill easily could be unanimously supported. And I understand we're in a short session, so it makes it very difficult to do so, to break that. But the idea of sticking a lot of bills into one, while maybe time-wise it helps, it makes people who have maybe some concerns about some of the bigger pieces of it that can't then now support other pieces that they are 100% behind. So I just want to call that out as an issue, from a timing standpoint, I understand, but from a legislator standpoint, looking back at there's things in this bill, or the last omnibus bill, I would definitely have supported on its own, but unfortunately, I was a no because there's other things in there that made it unbearable for me to be able to support. So just want to call that out if we can, as much as possible, try to have that conversation to split things out where we can to get some bipartisan unanimous support. I think there's some places where we can do that. So thank you.
Thank you. And I see Senator Sampson has his hand up online. Senator Sampson.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. I will also follow up on my fellow ranking members' comments and say that I have significant concerns about a omnibus bill. The bill that we ended up taking up at the end of last session didn't even resemble the legislation that had passed out of committee, and that's another factor that I want considered today, which is that the committee process is for getting public input and allowing us to have a conversation and find consensus to pass complete legislation to the House and Senate chambers for final action. And that rarely happens these days. Most of the times we end up passing a title out of the committee, and then the bill goes to the House or Senate, and before you know it, there's an amendment on the floor asking to strike all that language and replace it with something entirely different. And I fully suspect that that's what will happen with SB 6. And I just want to express my reservations about that right from the very beginning. I've already asked my Senate chairman privately if she would be kind enough to try and keep items that have true bipartisan support separate, so that that folks like myself and some of my Republican colleagues will have the ability to vote for things that we like, because the expectation is that this bill is going to become a large, unwieldy beast with many parts. Something that the public does not care for, by the way. You can ask in almost any public forum attended by people of any political party, and they will tell you that they don't like these omnibus bills that contain 1,000 pages and hundreds of sections, because they recognize full well what's happening, which is that people are going to be forced to vote for parts they don't like to get parts that they do, or they'll be turning down the entire bill, despite the fact that there may have been things that they agreed with. I'm hopeful that, we can develop a working relationship this short session to prevent that from happening. There's not a lot of time. I think we're taking up far too many bills already. I don't know the total number of bills that passed out of the Housing Committee last year, although it was certainly less than 5. And I don't know how many bills were on our first agenda, but we're beginning to add up a number of bills. And if we want to tackle this Senate Bill 6, which is going to be the product of many different recommendations from the Majority Leaders Roundtable on housing and other things, I don't know how we're going to accomplish all that. And we're certainly not going to do an effective job of, going through it and finding the best policy to advance. And I would like to see that happen. I would like to see our committee concentrate on doing a few things, but doing them well and doing them in a truly bipartisan basis. So I just wanted to be on record with that. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, looking for a roll call vote on this, if we can call the roll. Oh. Okay, voice vote then. So all in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
This video is a public service of CT 169 Strong, a nonpartisan nonprofit dedicated to preserving neighborhoods. To learn more and donate, please visit us at ct169strong.org.